Right, hello again, YouTubers. It's summer here in England, but it's chucking it down with rain today. But here I have something very strange that happened to me today in regards to the Mark of the Beast investigation. What the heck? Why will that not drag? Oh, there we go. Right then, I'm about to drag Mr. Pointy Man onto the point of the road that I've showed before in my video, the testimony of the bolts and 666. Roundabout. Go that roundabout here. Right then, I've talked about this before, and I'll leave a link below to the videos. Firstly, I was coming down this road recently with my dad. We were going somewhere. It doesn't matter. We were going somewhere. I was with my dad and my mum in the car, and round about the point that what the heck's that? The point in the road where I mentioned the whole testimony of the bolts started. Down here, it's like going uphill. I'll not go over old ground again, but round about the same point, my dad told me a story about when he was a young man, and he was coming down this road, and I don't know if it was icy or rainy or what, but he came down this hill, and the car came off the road and was about to go into the bushes. Now, he told me this at the exact same point that I broke down in the road when the whole testimony of the bolt story, started from. And he says he was going to the bushes and he cried out to the Lord and he said, "Lord, help me," because he was a Christian at the time. He said something like that. And he says all of a sudden, even though the car was in the air, he says unusually and just supernaturally, as he explained it, the car righted itself straight back onto the road. And he believes to this day it was an angel that saved him that day. And there's plenty of stories of that happening to other people, and it's just, I just think it's so bizarre that happened at the same point in the road that my discipline started in regards to what happened if you watch the video. The subsequent story about how I believe the Lord has called me to be a watchman of types. But anyway, so this story today starts again at the same point in the road. I was driving home today. It was been raining all day, so the ground was very wet. I was in my truck. I've mentioned that before. It's a pickup truck, and it's a rear wheel drive. When I haven't got it in 4-wheel drive, it's rear wheels, so it can be slippery on the back end. And I've just been shopping. But instead of putting my shopping right in the back, I just shoved it in the back bay of the cab. And I was coming up this road, and I was getting, I think, around about to the top of this hill, around about here, and all of a sudden, this car rolled up behind me because we were backed up in traffic because there was like a massive lorry, and it was going like 10 miles an hour, not even that, looking for some kind of place to park at the side of the road. So it was traffic backed up and nearly came to a halt. So this car came up behind me. And when this car came up behind me, I had just a horrible feeling in my spirit with what I saw through the mirror. That came up behind me, I think it was a Volkswagen Passat. And the thing about it was in matte black, so it's not a shiny black. It's like this. It's matte, it takes away all the reflection sort of thing. But that wasn't the weird thing about it. The weird thing about it was that this Passat had the 3 strikes on for Monster Energy. Now, I've not covered all ground, but Monster Energy, the 3 things like that, like 3 ones, it equates to 3 Hebrew Vavs. And that equals 666. So, look that up on YouTube if you've never seen it before. And also the VW thing, it's also like 3 V's, which is also in Hebrew, again, is 666. So this is like I'll leave the links below. These are like, so this car that came behind me was like this 666 machine. And I got to like, it was like the beast was following me. And I've got this really horrible feeling in my spirit, nothing unusual, I suppose, but there's plenty of these cars around. It was just the timing of it around the same spot in the road that I've done, another video about before this happened. So I actually prayed. I had a feeling in spirit, so I prayed that the Lord would protect me. I'm not sure from what. I wasn't thinking it's sort of like some Mad Max kind of thing where these people behind me were going to harm me. It was nothing like that. It was in the spiritual realm. I was asking for protection. I just felt as though I needed to ask the Lord to protect me. So, when I was nearly home, I came again to this roundabout here, another roundabout that I've mentioned before, with this, to do with the mark of the beast. When I saw that, what was it now? I saw something on the back of a truck. I mentioned it once. Anyway, so I came round this roundabout. When I got to this point here, I noticed there's another car just coming round. So I, instead of slamming my brakes on, I carried round. I went round this corner. I must admit, I went round too fast around this corner. So let's back up a bit. So I came up here. When I actually got pretty much straight on this bit, it had been raining, but it wasn't, ridiculously wet. The back end of my truck swung out, like to the right. I couldn't believe it. It's like, I know I went around the corner a bit fast, but this happened once I was straight. The car was nearly straight, I believe. And I've never had a slippage like that before, to such a degree. And the back end swung out. Fortunately, though, when it swung out, all of a sudden it just righted up again. And there was nothing going by me at the time. I think I was barely over the white line, and I thought, "Whoa, that was." And I just knew in my spirit that had a direct connection to what happened. Seeing that 666 beast car behind me, and I believe there's a lot going on in the spiritual realm. And I was thinking about it. Oh yeah, when I got back home. Yes, when I got back home. So when I got back home, I took all the shopping out of my truck, and I had both of my back bay doors open because I was emptying the shopping out. And my mother-in-law came back with my kids because I've been at work in the morning, and she was dropping them off. And then the first thing she said to me was, "Whoa!" When I came down the street, I thought your truck had wings. I'm not joking. I thought, "Whoa." Because that was a confirmation to me that something did go on, because I was just thinking at the time when I got back, I thought, was that some kind of, demonic attack on me? Or was it possibly the Lord's will showing me that to let me know that there's stuff going on in the spiritual realm, that I am being, attacked, I'm getting, attacked demonically. I'll get back onto that in a second. And I thought, what's going on? And that's when she said it. And it's made me think about the entire thing, that this entire thing happened for a reason. The Lord allowed it to happen, and I was just praying about it upstairs before doing this video, and I just felt in my spirit, I was saying, like, I asked the Lord, did He save me today with the whole car thing? And I believe the Lord said, in my opinion, I felt in my spirit saying, yes, the Lord saved me today. So I would like to think that today the Lord saved me with an angel, just like He saved my dad, like 30 years ago, down that stretcher road, on that same stretcher road, where my car originally broke down. Go and watch the video about that. But it's not the strangest thing that happened today. I've had a few dreams lately, and it's not just happened to me, it happened to my wife as well, where we have both woken up recently, unable to move out of our bed. We've woken up paralysed and unable to move, and I'm sure, like, one morning, no, in the middle of the night, but it was like in the morning, I woke up and I had this feeling that some kind of demon was trying to attack me, and I had to throw it off. And as I threw it off, I threw the pillow off me, and it sort of like went away. And I was thinking all along, was that a dream, or was that real, or what? And if you watch the video, the testimony of the bolts regarding my pickup truck and that whole thing to do about it, I can't remember who commented, but someone commented and saying that in the interpretation of my dream, which I believe was from the Lord, that they were saying my white pickup truck represents my ministry, as in, these videos that I do online, as a kind of watchman, as it were. And I had this really realistic dream that I got into my truck, and when I closed the door for my truck and I was about to set off, something grabbed me from behind in my truck. Something was lurking in the back seat, and I thought in my dream, it's like getting me from behind and trying to drag me away from the wheel of my truck. And I woke up at that moment. And I really got the impression from that dream that I'm getting attacked by demons. So I must be doing something right. This investigation must be going somewhere. So I ask that, for the born again believers who watch these videos, is to pray for your protection, pray for the Lord's protection over me, rather. While I do these videos, because they're not ultra popular, and I don't believe that they should be at this point. I'm just doing what I believe the Lord is showing me what to do. So yeah, so the strap line for Red Bull anyway is Red Bull gives you wings, and it's confirming to me because Monster is an energy drink. When she said, well, looks like it's got wings, I thought, caffeinated energy drinks, and I've done a video about that if you look at my playlist as well, in regards to the mark of the beast and caffeinated energy drinks. It's like another confirmation as well about, this thing happened for a reason. The Lord allowed this thing to happen to show me something. What was that? In regards to this, from the testimony of the bolts, I actually, this week, for the first time in my life, at the same time this happened with the matte black car, I've actually got a can of Satin Black Pro paint for my truck in the same week. It came about 2 days ago. Now the reason why I've got this is I'm putting, because of all the testimony of the bolts and the 2 flat tyres, I ended up having my hubcaps, like the cover things, like removed, sort of thing. Just occurred to me, did I call here in England we call like the car hood, the car bonnet. So if I said bonnet, I meant hood. For any Americans watching, because I know quite a lot of Americans watch, due to my statistics, that kind of thing. But anyway, so I bought this because I've got some new hubcap things for my wheels, and one of them's a bit rusty and stuff. So I thought I'd just spray them black. So I put the silver ones on top, and it just looks a lot better. So that's the reason why I bought this. But it all just occurred to me today that when I use this, I will be spraying over all the bolts on my wheel trims. The bolts will go in. Similar sort of thing to this, but larger. So I don't know. I think just take it as a confirmation. Bizarrely, like a lot of my investigation on this. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please pray for me, and pray that this entire investigation is about the mark of the beast, and it turns out the currency surrounding it and how it will be implemented, that kind of thing. And I'm just praying that the Lord will reveal more to me so I can reveal it to you. And I'm just praying that the tribulation's coming soon. I believe in my lifetime, very soon. These videos will get watched and people can be warned. So that's where I'm going in these videos. So thanks for watching. God bless, and the Lord willing, I will be making more.